Hello again, all of you awesome, wonderful people. Out here just to annoy you again with all my blabbing away about random subjects. I have just been inspired to do a meditation tonight with both Cargoste and Istiphul. That meditation will not be part of this recording. That's not what I'm doing. I just thought that it would be a useful meditation for me to work on. For those of you who do not know what I'm talking about with Cargoste and Istiphul, Cargoste is the atmosphere of planet Earth. Very intellectual. He's an air elemental. He's a sylph. It wouldn't quite work to say that he controls weather. He is the atmosphere. The atmosphere is part of him. And then Istiphul is one of the mermaid queens, and she is the ocean, which that description is also misleading, because all water elementals are the ocean, and all air elementals are the air. But Istiphul is one of the most powerful water elementals assigned to this planet. I just thought that it would be very useful to me to do a meditation with both of those, kind of merging the atmosphere and the ocean into one meditation, a meditation on the global level. I'm a little bit tired tonight. For the last several hours now, I've been in that mode where I would close my eyes and it would feel way too good. But I never actually went to sleep. Makes me wonder what everybody who's listening to this is going through right now. I know that it seems like a random connection, but that thought did just dawn on me. I wonder what's going on in your lives right now. Afraid I'm just not very talkative tonight. I've got a few things on my mind, just nothing that I really want to vocalize. I am missing the nights of perfect weather that we had a few nights ago. Starting last night, the weather turned pretty cold. I've spent quite a bit of time online today watching videos myself. Some of the people that I follow. Was reminded of a few interesting things. I really need to improve my skill at pour breathing. Oh, hey, buddies. A couple of deer just off to my side. I'm kind of out of it tonight. If they hadn't have made any noise as they ran away, I probably would not have even known that they were there. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling a little drowsy tonight. I'm taking a different route tonight than usual. The other night when I was out walking, I heard a group of coyotes howling off in the distance, and I'm currently passing through the area where that sound was coming from. We shall see if anything interesting happens. Come to think of it, I don't think that I've wandered through this area in the dark before. I've driven through here countless times. You always notice so much more about an area when you walk through it. You catch all these little details that no matter how observant you are when you're driving, you don't see the vast majority of things that you pass by. But when you're walking through, you notice every little driveway. You notice patches of trees that didn't catch your attention before. And of course at night, you notice a lot more of the street lamps. Even when you're an observant driver, when you're driving, your real focus is on the road, so you're not actually seeing very much. Sometimes it's good to just walk through and see what you can see. One time I decided to, it was part of my practice, part of my act of building up my body for a cross-country hike I was wanting to take. Loaded up a backpack full of gear so that I'd have all the weight on me. And I walked from my house to the neighboring town. And the neighboring town wasn't very far away. It's really more of a suburb than anything. But it's amazing how many things I noticed that I have never seen before. Walked along a stretch of road that I drive pretty much every day. And here I was walking along and going, wow, I've never noticed that before. Was that always there? How come I never saw that before? It was a fun experience. I think overall that walk was probably about 6 hours round trip. It was very enjoyable though. It was also one of those hikes that was just long enough that you learn from experience a lot of mistakes that you were making that didn't even occur to you before you left. There is no better teacher than personal experience. Sometimes you just have to get out and do it. I mentioned on one of my previous recordings that I'm currently taking a class at the local college on entrepreneurship. It's been a fun class. Mostly what I've been learning have been new terms for concepts I was already well aware of though. You know, they spend a lot of time talking about the internal versus external locus of control. Two very important concepts to have. But anyone who spent any real time on a spiritual journey is already well aware of what those are. For those of you who do not already know what an internal versus an external locus of control is, an internal locus of control means that you are guided by a system of thought where you believe that your life is your creation. You create your life, you create your luck, you create your opportunities. That is an internal locus of control. You are the one in control of your life. Whereas an external locus of control is when you believe that you are a victim of your circumstances. You've got the job that you've got because you are at the mercy of an employer or family member or whatever. You know, everything that happens to you is caused by something outside of yourself doing this to you. Basically, an external locus of control is victim mentality. So internal locus of control, external locus of control. They've been teaching us a lot about that in the class. But once again, anyone who's been on a real spiritual trip for any length of time, they're already well aware of what these are. Basically, the difference between being religious and being spiritual is your locus of control. If you're spiritual, then you're the master of your destiny. That's spiritual. Religious means that you need somebody to save you. So as I've said, anyone who spent any real length of time on a spiritual path, on a true spiritual path, will already have a strong and in-depth understanding of the locuses of control. This that I'm learning in class is basically just a technical terminology used to describe it. There are some owls hooting away off in the distance. Well, I'm going to call it early tonight. I followed that other trail that I've never really walked along before, and surprisingly wound up right back at my house much sooner than I expected. And also, I'm sleepy, so I'd like to get to bed. And on top of that, I would like to get in that Cargoste and Istiphul meditation before I go to bed. So I'm going to cut this one way short tonight. No, I didn't say very much, but sometimes you've got more to say than others. I wish you guys a very good night. I hope everything is going very well for you. Love you all.